Hey everyone, welcome back to another video and hope you guys are having an awesome riding season so far. Today's video, one of my favorite topics, we're gonna cover off gear. I've got a ton of gear mapped out on the table here. I've got a bunch of jackets and combos and suits behind me. So we're gonna get into some details around some of the different gear that we're trying for this year. And that will give you some perspective on what might work best for you based on the type of riding that you do. Let's get into it.
Sled Addicts is brought to you by Team Vincent Motorsports, Bergstrom Carbines, Ledger Performance, Westway Motel, Studboy Studs, and Radio World.
All right, first up, I'm gonna cover off some of the boots that we're using for this year, and some of these are also actually from last year. But the newest one that we added to kind of our list of gear to try is the new Skidoo Boa boot. And this boot, so far, we've had a chance to run them, is an awesome boot. Super lightweight, really durable rubber construction, really nice system because it's a simple one-turn click, and that adjusts the wire on the front, which is known as the Boa strap. So those are pretty nice and they go on easy and they come off even easier. So really nice to see Skidoo coming out with this year. This was one of the pieces of gear that we were super excited about, and really thankful we've had the opportunity to run it. It's got what they call kind of a Michelin sole, so it's a really heavy duty rubber sole, really great for the running boards because typically those are going to be chewing up boots pretty good. So you want to make sure you have a really durable rubber sole, and these do. I noticed so far they're really comfortable to wear, and my baseline for that would be the most comfortable boot that I've tried from Skidoo to date is last year's Tech Plus or the Tech Ultra Plus boots. This is also, honestly, an awesome boot from Skidoo as well. Kind of feels more like a running shoe. That being said, it's not as waterproof, I would say, as these are. I find that sometimes these sweat so much that my feet will get a little bit more damp, but so far so good. We love the Boas, and again, we love our Tech Plus boots, so we're still running those this year too. When it comes to climb, I ran these for the last couple of seasons, and these are the Adrenaline Boa boots. Great boot overall. I would say the big difference between the two different Boa boots from Skidoo versus the Climb is the one from Climb actually has two different adjustments for the Boa strap. So you've got one on the side here, and then you've got also one on the tongue here as well. So again, a really nice quality boot from Climb. They make great stuff as well, and nice and lightweight, really comfortable to wear, and overall just a great boot. Now, one of the ones that was kind of new, and this was sort of a fluke, but my brother-in-law introduced me to this one a couple years ago, and he's like, you should buy these. So I bought these at the Snowmobile show last year, and this is a boot from CKX. It is the lightest boot you will ever try or ever put on. I would say for the guys that are doing like backcountry riding, or the guys who are on expeditions in the middle of nowhere, maybe ice fishing, if you're trekking through deep snow all the time, this would be a great option for that, just simply because in comparison to all the other boots, this is by far the lightest weight boot you're ever gonna try. And when I give it to people, they just can't believe that it weighs, like, honestly, probably less than half a pound. It's unbelievable how light it is. Kind of that older style, you know, high top snowmobile boot, but a great boot overall, and definitely nice, again, just because of the lightweight. All right, that covers boots. One of the other things, obviously, that we're huge into is helmets. For this year, I would say we're gonna be running 3 different helmets. All of them are from BRP, and you've seen some of my helmet videos in the past where I've talked and done some comparisons between them. There are a lot of great helmets out there on the market, no doubt. One of my favorites so far, and I've been running this one since last year, is the Advex helmet from Skidoo. This is just a great option if you don't want something that's as warm as a carbon or an oxygen helmet. So I do find that is kind of the main difference between these two helmets. You're gonna find the oxygen to be a little bit warmer for sure in comparison to the Advex. I love the fact that the Advex is a modular style helmet, plus it has a peak on it. I've talked a lot about that in my riding videos, especially in the back half of the day when you're going into the sun. It's really nice to have the peak to drop down, and you can eliminate any sun from your eyes. So this has been a great helmet overall for us, and I really have taken a liking to the Advex. You can't go wrong with an Oxygen. We all know that it's a proven helmet. It's a wonderful fitting helmet. Great field of view, probably the best field of view of any helmet out there. And even better is they came out with the Flow Visor last year, which will now give you a little bit of airflow through that helmet, and it does make a difference. So I stuck this visor on last year when it came out. It makes a big difference again because it is quite a warm helmet, but the Oxygen Flow in the carbon version, definitely a nice lightweight helmet. It's awesome. I would love to see an Advex in a carbon fiber edition. That'd be mint. All right, last one up for this year that we are going to be trying is we wanted to kind of not look at just the higher level helmets. We wanted to try something a little bit more sort of mid-level as far as price points. Skidoo is awesome to provide us with an Exome to try this year. Haven't quite run it yet. This is gonna get out on the trail hopefully tomorrow actually and give it a try. I've heard great things about this helmet. It looks like it's got lots of venting, sun shield. It's got kind of this cool breath box system that they've got. I did a full overview and unboxing on this helmet, which you can find as well on the channel. But I'm looking forward to getting some miles on it. It's a nice helmet, very lightweight, electric visor, so it kind of has all the options. Not only that, it actually looks pretty awesome. It's a beautiful looking helmet, especially in the matte with the red finish. And I think this is gonna be a great helmet, so we'll let you guys know once we get some miles on it. Maybe we'll do a little review video on it for you. All right, that takes care of helmets. So I'm gonna move just a little bit into some of the underlayer gear. And it's something that I haven't talked a lot about in previous videos, but this year we actually got from Skidoo the X-Team undergarments. And if you are like me and you sweat while you're riding, if you're an active rider, this is an awesome option. This is all I wear underneath is just a pair of these really lightweight underwear, and it comes with or you have to buy the matching piece for the top, which is right here. And the thing that I love about these, so these are all polyester, so it's that stretchy kind of spandex material, plus it breathes really well. So a guy like me, bigger guy, very active on the sled, I sweat a lot when I'm trail riding. And you wanna make sure that when you sweat, it wicks that moisture away. And that's the big thing with wearing the underlayer gear, is it just helps with getting rid of that body heat and the sweat, and it makes sure that you actually don't get cold when you're riding. So that's the beauty of it, and so far so good. I really love this undergarment layer from Skidoo this year, and I've been wearing it pretty steadily across all the different jackets and combos that I've got behind me, and we'll get into that in a sec. But if you aren't wearing that today, definitely check it out. So they've got the base layer option, and then there's obviously mid-layer options as well, which are gonna be a little bit heavier if you do tend to be a little bit more on the colder side. All right, guys, so let's talk about the most overlooked piece of gear in your arsenal, and that is the Balaclava. This is probably the most important piece of equipment, and I think a lot of people just overlook and will grab anything off the shelf that they see. I will say BRP and Skidoo are definitely the furthest ahead as far as thinking around balaclavas. And today, for the purposes of this video, I'm gonna cover off different balaclavas that I actually use. And the biggest thing is understanding those balaclavas pertaining to how they match up with the type of helmet that you're using. And that, again, is the beauty about going with BRP. So first up, this is actually an older balaclava. This was the first one that they came out with. It's called the Ultimate Trail Balaclava. And this one is a great balaclava with a huge opening for your face. And the reason they do that is because it was designed for the Oxygen helmet. The Oxygen helmet, as I've already said, is quite a bit warmer than most of the other helmets out there, but it also has this massive field of view and gives you the ultimate vision as far as helmets are concerned. So that's the reason why they give you just such a big opening on this balaclava. It's a great one, works awesome for the Oxygen. So the newer version of that is called the Ultimate Light Balaclava, and this one is honestly like paper thin from Skidoo this year. This is also a really great option for balaclavas. I love the fact that it's super paper thin, very, very comfortable, breathes easy. It's also extremely lightweight, and it has a a longer sort of neck curtain on the front and a shorter one on the back, which is a really nice feature. Just make sure that you've got it tucked in. So if you're wearing like a 3/4 zip up or even a base layer shirt, it's nice to get this one all tucked in, and works really well for any of the oxygen style helmets as well. All right, so here's my favorite from the bunch. And again, this is kind of one from Skidoo. It's called the Mid Breath Guard Balaclava. And this one is really designed, it's a bit heavier duty, and it's designed for the Advex helmet. This is a great option for the Advex. You can also use it for the Exome. But I love the look of this helmet. It's a little bit thicker as far as the material. Still that same spandex breathable material. Covers a bigger portion of the face as well. So I've found this one really comfortable. The one thing I absolutely love about it is it's got a vent over top of the mouth. And that's really nice, just gets a little bit of fresh air through there. And the other thing for us is when we're using the Advex and we're recording, you can still hear crystal clear through this with our microphones. So this has probably been my favorite this year. It's definitely the best out of the mix as far as for what my purposes and my needs are. So definitely check that one out. All right, so the last one is the Ultimate Warm Balaclava. And again, this is a great option for any helmet really. It's just gonna depend on how much material you actually want and how warm you want your head to be. This is by far the thickest material out of all of them. Another super comfortable balaclava with quite a bit of an open space as far as the opening for your mouth and your face. Really comfortable, again, super short design on the neck curtain, but really durable, really works well. And again, the inside of this one, you will feel, it's almost like a little bit of like a felt material. So this one's definitely gonna be the warmest out of the bunch. So I hope that covers off some more details around some of the different style balaclavas. There's a lot more to choose from that are out there. I mean, you can see already got, 5 on the table. I think I have like 4 more in my bag. So there's lots of different options out there, but at the end of the day, you got to figure out what kind of riding you're doing and then match it up based on the type of helmet you have, how warm, how cold it is, and obviously fitment and warmth is kind of your key things that you want to make sure are absolutely perfect as far as balaclava selection. Hope that helps, guys. All right, next, as far as gloves this year, these are the new Enduro gloves. Now, I was really excited to learn about these. They're actually made of goatskin leather, and it's a super, super comfortable glove. Me, myself, personally, I like, on the warmer days to definitely ride with something that's a little bit more lighter weight. And these are really, really comfortable. Plus, they're extremely durable just because they are a full leather glove. I like the shorty style as well, so these will tuck right into any of the jackets nicely, provide a good seal. And then most of the jackets nowadays will actually have a inner wrist collar seal that you put your thumb through. And again, that kind of just seals off from all the cold or from any potential cold getting in. Really comfortable, super easy adjustment with a Velcro strap on the outside, and it's got kind of a neoprene wrist strap here. I like this, it's a durable glove, and I've been using these paired up with the onesie, the matching onesie, so I'll talk a little bit about that in some more detail. I've got a couple more sets of gloves that I'm kind of playing around with. I've got another set from Skidoo. These are kind of my go-to. It's a not their, I would say their highest model glove, but these are definitely been one of my favorites. Unfortunately, I just ripped the inside of this one, so I'm gonna have to get these replaced. But there's lots of different options from Skidoo. We've got a set of the claw gloves to try this year, and those ones are the, I believe, the Expedition gloves. Really, really nice options, so make sure you check them out. I'm sure your dealers will have some options for you. All right, last but not least, I'm gonna cover off kind of 4 primary suits that I'm gonna be using for this year. And I would say first is going to be Climb. I have been Climb ambassador for the last couple of years and absolutely have loved their gear for, I don't know, probably the last 15 or so years. This one here is actually the compound jacket. This is a great jacket. Really, really great zippers. And the reason I love this jacket is because it's super lightweight, and it also has a liner that you can take out to make it even more lighter weight. So again, depending on the day and what the temperatures are, I love the option of having a nice inner liner that you can actually take out of the jacket. And you know, you can also make sure that it's just a little bit more comfortable when you're wearing a tech vest. So if you are wearing a tech vest, typically you're gonna feel very bulky with any jacket that's actually got a liner in it. So I usually end up ripping those out anyway. The compound jacket's a great jacket. It's got a hood on the back as well. All the pockets are sealed up really nicely with rubber around them so they can't get any water in them. The size of the pockets are great. Lots of venting, obviously, under the arms. They have a really, really big area. Goes from here all the way down to here. So that is a big difference that I noticed with the climb suits, is they've got a really wide opening for getting more airflow through. So again, on those warmer days, that's gonna be my go-to. Now we paired this one up with the Chaos pants, and the reason we like the Chaos pants is because it's not a bib style pant, so it's just more like a regular pant without the top, and it just has your suspenders built right in. Nice adjustable straps around the waist, and same thing, all your pockets are lined really nicely. These are a heavier duty pant for sure. They are gonna feel probably a little bit more than some pants. I love the Gore-Tex material. It's great, it's waterproof, keeps the water out, keeps the elements out, and just a really durable material, especially around the knees. And these are, again, fully adjustable, zip ups up the side as well, and just a really comfortable pant overall. One of my absolute go-to suits, especially when I'm riding the Lynx, has been this Lynx Stamina suit. This is a really, really awesome suit. I raved about it last year and I'm still running it this year because it really is that good. Why? It's the thinnest, lightest suit I have ever tried. It's unbelievable. And not only that, it still keeps you warm regardless of how thin it actually is. This thing feels like you're wearing a windbreaker. It's awesome. So the Lynx gear was definitely surprising. Really, really nice. I'm gonna continue to run this one again with the Stamina pant. Same thing, super lightweight pant. Obviously all the pockets, same thing. It has the rubber seals around them. And just again, the big thing with these is just it's lightweight, very easy to move around in them, and super comfortable, but also really warm. So great suit from Lynx. All right, new for this year. I really, really have wanted to try one of these suits over the years, and was fortunate enough to get my hands on the new Absolute Zero suit from Skidoo. This is their absolute warmest suit, okay? There's nothing warmer out there than the Absolute suit. Now again, the big thing, and I was a little concerned about warmth, but the big thing with this jacket, same thing, is it has an inner liner that you can pull out, and it's very easy to do that. And again, it just kind of lightens up the suit. But you'll see, I actually took it out already, so you can't see it in here. Lots of really, really cool features. This is kind of more of like a different fitting jacket as well. It's kind of a bigger, kind of bulkier, kind of more of like that expedition style jacket. I love the fit of it. I love the look of it. It's got a hood on it as well. The cool thing I think with these jackets, the biggest pockets you'll ever get are gonna be the Absolute Zero jacket. You can carry so much stuff in there, and we're always carrying, you know, GoPro batteries, phones, wallets, keys, all that kind of stuff. It's an awesome, awesome jacket. Really, really nice, really heavy duty, and super, super comfortable and super warm. So the Absolute Zero jacket is 200 grams of what they call Primaloft Gold insulation. That's what makes it really warm, and the pants are 100 grams of the same material, Sympatex outer membrane. Very, very comfortable and very, very durable. If you look on the inside of these pants, they've actually got like a textured layer on them. And to me, that just shows some great thinking on Skidoo's part. You can put these through pretty much anything, and it's probably gonna be their most durable suit that they've got out there as well. So far, I'm absolutely loving the Zero suit. It's a great suit so far. It fits well, super comfortable, and it looks awesome. Last but not least, the onesie, and I introduced this one last year. It hasn't changed, so still running this suit for a onesie this year. And again, that's just gonna be on those days where we're playing in the backcountry, playing in the powder. You wanna have a onesie, typically for those to kind of eliminate any possibility of snow coming up the back of your jacket. And this has been an awesome suit. Probably my favorite onesie to date, and I've tried a lot of them. It's perfect as far as fitment, temperature. It's not too warm and it's not too cold. Tons of pockets. The thinking around the E-Link system integrated into the onesie, which I showed on the video last year, is just genius. So you can run your cord just like you can on any of the Skidoo or the Lynx BRP gear. You can run that Link cord all the way up on the inside. It clips in, and you can also run it on this one specifically. You can run it up the inside, and it actually pops out. It pops in through here and then pops out the top through the back, so you can connect it to the helmet. So an awesome suit. Love the Enduro suit. My only qualm with this one is the yellow sleeve. I clean these things after every time I use them. But other than that, it's a super comfortable suit. Lots of great pocket room on these two. You've got pockets on both of your thighs as well as on the side up here. These are really big, really deep pockets. And not only that, same thing, but you've got venting just like any other suit under the arms or even in the front here. You've got some different options for venting as well. So a huge fan of the Enduro suit. Jesse got one this year. He absolutely loves it. And we're gonna be running all this gear this year. Couple more things I will add. So Jesse's also running an Exodus jacket this year. So you're gonna see some stuff where he's been wearing that and trying that suit this year as well. And it's a beautiful looking jacket. The other thing I will say is, I have the opportunity to actually be testing some of this future Skidoo gear, which I'm really excited about, really, really thankful about. And so at I was gonna say mid-season this year, I've got a couple suits that are coming out for next year as well as the year after that I'm gonna be demoing and trying, so that's pretty cool. And honestly, that's the big reason why we like to cover off the gear that we're using. We get a lot of questions back from you guys around the different types of gear that we're using and why we're using it. So hopefully this is helpful. And like I said, make sure you match up the suit, the gear, the jacket, the the undergarments, your gloves, your boots for just the kind of riding that you're doing. And again, hopefully this gives you guys some good insight, some good perspective on what's out there from BRP. Thanks for watching the video, guys. We'll see you on the next one.